Hello, welcome to my channel, Cinephile's Entertainment. I started this channel because I'm really passionate about films and I thought that I can lend my voice into critiquing film for films, all aspects from the initial inspiration to do the story to the pre-production, filming and post-production. I think each process adds to the final version of the film that we get to see. And I'm from the UK, and I know that in the United Kingdom, we've always held a portion of the conversation about narrative, storyline, structure, whether it's to do with novels, plays, or films. And I thought that I haven't seen anyone on YouTube representing the UK, so I thought I could lend my voice, my expertise to some extent on films and my opinion and get involved in the conversation around film. So this is a channel that's an introduction to me, my grading system. I was inspired to do my own grading system. I was doing an hour whether to go with a numerical or alphabetical system, but I thought, no, let me do my own. So I will be telling you my grading system, and so when I say that a film is X, Y, and Z, you will know what I mean. So my grading system has 9 tiers, and I'm going to tell you what they are. So the first one is See No Evil, Hear No Evil. This grade is reserved for the worst of the worst films. There was no point in the film being produced, made, and definitely not seen. The direction and the vision are as far apart as the East is from the West. Characters are extremely awkward within the story world, and the plot is non-existent or does not make any sense. Although the cinematography may be decent, the lack of cohesion makes these films worthless. These films have earned the right to never be seen nor heard of ever again. Snooze Fest. Not the worst film ever to be made, but a pointless film nevertheless. Bad acting, bad visuals, bad script, and an utterly pointless plot. Very little, if any, love or respect went into making these films. They are gimmicky, weak, and lack vision, whilst going absolutely nowhere. Some of these can be classed as it's so bad that it's good, not because the film is any good, but the complete opposite being that the film is so bad that people will find amusement out of the many shortcomings. If this isn't the case, then the film is boring, that it will be an achievement to make it through without wanting to go to sleep. Feeling Blue. The film had potential but missed the mark. It had a twist that lacked a satisfying payoff, characters you could not connect with, and a storyline that either went in a weird direction or was mind-numbingly generic. It's either not what you expected or too much of the same thing and brings nothing new to the table. You end the experience feeling disappointed, cold, and disconnected from the story that was attempted to be told. Betwixt and Between, a film with equally good parts as well as bad. Not a bad film, but not a good film either. Has an interesting plot, characters, and storyline. However, the execution of the direction of the film stops it from being better than what it is. These films will be classed as okay. You wouldn't necessarily recommend them, but you wouldn't warn others of seeing it. E for Entertaining. Films that are overall very enjoyable, decent storyline, good plot, likable characters, and executed in a pleasurable way. They are the kinds of films where you can enter the theatre, switch off, and be entertained. The story is not complicated, the action is engaging, and the cinematography is captivating, without requiring all of your attention. These films are by no means perfect. But despite some of the shortcomings, whether it's to do with characters not reaching their potential, exaggerated plots, or cheesy script filled with cheesy one-liners, they still come off as entertaining and an all-around good time. I for Intriguing. These films are intriguing and require your attention in piecing the plot together. You are invested in the storyline, characters, and plot. They have good visuals, are well directed and entertaining, but fall short in a few areas. There may be some plot holes that falls back onto Deus Ex Machina due to the script not being as tight as it could be. Loose ends were not tied up sufficiently, and attention to detail is lost in some areas. Still, these are good films that you would likely recommend. C for Compelling. These films have executed the narrative, plot, directing, and editing in an interesting direction. They can be filmed of great warmth and heart, or cold and calculating, and anything in between. They are self-assured and they know what they are. They stand strong within the believable story world that they have created. Characters are layered and have depth. The plot expands outside traditional cliches and stereotypes while maintaining complexity. These films are ripe and create depth that will have audiences more than just entertained. However, these films are still not perfect. The story does not go far enough. Interesting issues raised in the story go unexplored. Some characters' potential go to waste, or the story ended with an unsatisfactory conclusion. Hauntingly good. These films are simply fabulous. They take chances that pay off. The vision and the execution of the film is seamless. Great care and attention have gone into the making of these films, and as a result, they exceed your expectations. The film knows what it is and hits most of the quota. Great acting, compelling storyline, visually honest, well directed, great mise en scène. Overall, a fascinating film, but lacks that thing to push it over the edge to make it perfection. And the last of the last, pièce résistance. The last of the last one, the last tier, the best tier that I can possibly give any film is Transcending. These films are artistically perfect. There is nothing to be added or taken away that can possibly make these films any better. These films are the best of the best and deserve to be uplifted and admired for generations. So that is my grading system. I enjoyed creating it. And it's a bit of fun as well because, you know, as much as film is serious and there's a serious aspect to filmmaking and there's a professional aspect to filmmaking, we should still be able to have fun as well. So that's my grading system, and I'll be using this grading system, grading the films that I will be reviewing. That's a minute little introduction to myself and a larger introduction to my channel. I hope that you liked what I've done, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe down here. If you're unsure, you want to come back and hold off and see what I'm like, then that's fair enough, and I hope to see you again. And remember, until next time, keep safe. Bye.